Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Samara from coachingconsciouscreators.com. Finally back in front of you guys. I mean, it has been extremely difficult to create content because I just haven't had any moments to myself since the pandemic. My kids are home, everybody's home. So over the next couple of days, I keep promising you guys I'm gonna bring you more content and come on here more often, and I'm really trying. I want you to know that, and I appreciate all of you who are sending in comments, telling me how much the content is helping you. I get emails from you guys, and I always try to respond to those within a day or two if I can. But I'm gonna try over the next couple of days while my 4-year-old is gone to kind of binge create content for you all. And I decided to finally start filming videos around my manifestation toolkit that I often talk about. I'm just going to create a video for each of the 20 tools. This isn't all of them, but each of the 20 tools that are in this kit so that you guys can see my face and get my true perspective and hear a little bit more than you will if you get the book about my personal experience with these tools. So the tool today is going to be mindfulness. Mindfulness is powerful when it comes to manifestation because it gets you out of the past and the future and into the present. This is important because the past and future don't actually exist, right? So to try to explain it a little bit scientifically, but not really, your past, every time you access a memory, you're recreating it. You're not actually accessing what happened because you are in the now. So when you go into your brain and you access a memory, it's something that you are creating. And our memories only serve to kind of give us boundaries around the ego or who we believe we are. People who suffer from memory loss or who don't have the ability to go and access their memories have trouble with ego, like with identifying themselves, feeling grounded in who they are as a personality for that reason. So like I said, when we're accessing the past, all we're doing is reinforcing the foundation of who we believe we are as an ego, which is why revision, which is another tool I'm going to talk about later in the series, is so powerful when it comes to changing circumstances. If we recreate that foundation, we in essence transform our subconscious mind or the beliefs that we have about ourselves, which in turn creates a new reality for us. That's why that works. But today we're talking about the present, mindfulness. The future also doesn't exist yet, obviously. It's something that we are creating. The reason why mindfulness can be such a powerful tool when it comes to manifestation is because your present is a mirror. Your past and future can be tools that you use to change your present that is coming, if that makes any sense. So when we're mindful, when we clear out our minds, when we get centered, when we get in touch with those thoughts that are coming up when we're being still, we are essentially looking in our mirror and seeing what we're creating in that moment. So mindfulness can serve us in two ways. Number one, it can show us, like I said, that mirror and bring up limiting beliefs, fears, things that we're anxious about, things that when we're busy or focused on the past or the future, we have a hard time acknowledging. Mindfulness makes us still. Mindfulness can be achieved in meditation. That's one way. But it can also be achieved throughout the day. Mindfulness is as simple as, let's say you're washing dishes or vacuuming. Instead of while you're vacuuming, thinking about what you have to do at work tomorrow, or thinking about, an argument that you had, or even a pleasant experience that you had a few hours or days before, instead of doing that, you focus on the sound of the vacuum. You focus on your breathing, or you focus on the lines that you're making in the carpet right then and there. That is a form of mindfulness meditation as well. And the two ways that it serves us, like I said, number one is giving us that mirror making us be still and bringing things up to the surface to show us what we're creating. And number two, you can clear the space to bring in something new. So let's say you're in a state of mindfulness and a thought comes up, a limiting belief around something, or let's in this case use the limiting belief as an example. You can look it in the face and say, wow, I didn't know that was in there. And then you can change it in that moment. You can say, I have this belief that there's never enough time. That's what pops up when you are being still while vacuuming, let's say. Go back to the example. And when it pops up, you can stop and look at it. The same way that you would go and look in a mirror. And you could say, oh, I don't, that doesn't fit in with the version of reality that I want to experience. And you can remove that belief and replace it with another one in a state of mindfulness, which is, I can choose how to use my time in every moment. And I can choose to do things that bring me joy, or choose to view whatever I'm doing in a way that brings me joy. Anything, whatever it is that you want to create in that moment, you can create. And so mindfulness functions like a physical mirror. So if you can be going about your day, hanging out with your friends, doing whatever, but you don't know what you look like, right? So let's say you've been out all day and you're out with your friends and you're like, let me go to the restroom real quick. That's what mindfulness is. Let me go to the mirror really quick. Let me get really still and look. And when you look in the mirror, you might see something you don't like. You might see your hair out of place, or you might see that you got spinach in your teeth, or you might see, whatever, that your shirt is a little bit off and you want to fix it, like I'm fixing mine right now. It gives you an opportunity to make the changes because you can clearly see what needs adjusting. So mindfulness serves as a mirror that lets us look at what we're creating and gives us an opportunity to adjust it and then go back to experiencing our life the way that we want. So you go in the bathroom, you fix your hair. When you come out, you've got more confidence, like, okay, now I've got it together, and that's what mindfulness does. So if we take a little time every day to get still, and even throughout the day, like for me, sometimes I'll sit still in a chair and meditate for mindfulness. But a lot of times, I'll go out for a walk, an hour-long walk. And during that walk, the sound of my feet hitting the sidewalk, the sound of my breath, the motion, the repetitive motion is a form of mindfulness meditation. And I get my biggest insights, so much so that now I take my Apple Watch and I'll, call Siri and ask her to add these bits of inspiration and insight to lists that I have in my phone so that I can go back and reference them later. So a lot of YouTubers are out there saying, you don't need all these tools to manifest. All you need to do is believe that you are the person who has the thing that you want. There's a couple issues with this. What they're saying is absolutely true. I think I've said this in other videos. But the people who are saying this are the people who have used these tools over and over again. And through using the tools have been able to become more self-aware. Now, just like, going to the gym and, using the light weights gets you strong enough to use the heavy weights, tools can help give you the structure that you need to build up the capability to just in the moment decide who you want to be. Now, if you are blessed enough to just be able to do that, some people are like that. Like I see some people who get coached by these coaches and instantly they're able to change some aspect of their reality. But that, is not how we actually evolve into the full version of ourselves that's experiencing the life that we desire. So a lot of people can use that technique of just deciding you're going to be somebody else or be in a different experience and manifest a specific thing. But they find that it requires a lot of effort to stay in that mindset because they aren't doing the daily practices that actually truly transform your subconscious or your personality. So you do not need tools to manifest, but manifestation is all about becoming, actually truly becoming, not just acting as if, but becoming this new person that you want to be. And a lot of us don't even know who we want to be. We're not sure. And we have success manifesting something here and there. And we say, we know this works. Why am I still not happy? It's because these daily practices that I'm going to go through in these 20 tools, and not all of them have to be daily practices, but every day we should be doing something that is building us into the person we want to become. I feel like that's what this experience is all about. So doing these things does over time make the changes permanent, so that you don't have to piecemeal. You don't have to, only focus on one thing at a time. You truly become someone new. Because, especially with mindfulness, that's why it's my number one tool. A lot of us are not self-aware. We're not aware of what's going on in our subconscious mind. Yes, we are looking around us and we know that there are things that we want to be different and they're frustrating, and we come across these tools and we're able to make changes and we see that this stuff works. But unless you got to go to the mirror every day. I can't just go to the mirror today, or I can't just go and only look at my hair. I got to look at this whole person, and not every mirror experience is going to expose every opportunity for adjustment. So that's why this is a lifestyle, and these tools help structure the transformation. So I hope that made sense for you guys. So the way to practice mindfulness, again, is yes, you can sit still and you can meditate. You can even do guided meditation as long as you're only focused on the words coming from the person's mouth or that experience in the moment. Or you can practice mindfulness while driving, grocery shopping, bathing your kids, doing whatever you want. I have a whole podcast around using mindfulness as a self-improvement tool. And you can find the link for that below. But just try it. Try looking in that mirror. When you pause, don't try to force your thoughts to be quiet. Let them come up and pay attention to them. Become aware of them and use mindfulness to figure out where you need to make adjustments, and make adjustments in that moment. When you have a burst of insight, use your Siri or have a notepad with you and write it down. A technique that I use that's not in the book is writing down limiting beliefs on one side of a piece of paper. I got this from the Create Your Future channel, which I love. And then on the opposite side of the page in a different color, usually I use blue for limiting beliefs and pink or red for the new belief. And so when you're practicing mindfulness and you come across a belief that you want to change, write it down and then write the new belief down next to it. And at first read both together, so that you create an association, so that if that negative belief pops up, you can shift it in the moment. You already have a new belief associated with it. And eventually you will only need to read the pink side, and you can read it daily until it becomes a part of your reality. So that's just one way to use mindfulness. But think about practicing that on a daily basis. So I have some announcements. I meant to make these at the beginning of the video, but I have, in addition to the toolkit, I have a new journal, and I did a video about it, but I'm gonna keep reminding you guys to track what tools you're using and then come back and track your success. And I've nearly filled up the proof that I had before the final copies were done. But if you don't have the toolkit, the tools are still listed in the front of the journal. So I just wanted to make that announcement. I've also changed the services on my website to include more types of sessions. So you can go and check that out at coachingconsciouscreators.com under booking. What else did I want to tell you guys? Oh, again, thank you, all of you who reach out. Thank you to my subscribers. I'm at a little over 500. I'm going to think of some way to not reward, but show my appreciation to you guys for participating with me here. And I need your help getting to 1,000 subscribers on my channel. That's my next goal, so that I can help more people. So if you find this information helpful, if it's improving your life in any way, share this channel with someone. And happy manifesting. Thank you guys for watching.